Welcome back to another episode of the RADelaide Summit Podcast. This week's episode, special guest Gloss and Grain joins us. Wang's controversial results from the time trial today. Speaking of today, the sun is out and it was bloody glorious. And of course, there's always more. Come along for the ride.
Ruby opens up. Omen is back. It's time to do the business.
If you're new to the podcast and haven't listened before, each week we scour the Strava leaderboards, watching you do your efforts up Norton Summit and discuss them here on the podcast, whether you like it or not. There's a chance we might shame you. We promise not to name you personally, and the odds are high we will shame ourselves because we are just not as fast as you. Look, at the end of the day, our goal is to encourage and celebrate everyone going up Adelaide's best hill climb, Norton Summit, and reaching their own goals. So with that, let's introduce ourselves. We are your summiteers. Kashi.
G'day.
Wang.
Hello.
Gloss and Grain.
G'day.
And I am Alex. Welcome, guys, and welcome, listeners, to another Adelaide Summit podcast. He was getting prepped.
Listeners, he was ready, like the breath. He was ready to be like, g'day.
I need to speak to HR regarding this bullying. It's just not on anymore. Well, as always, we need to know what has been happening on and around the summer this week. Kashi, what have you been doing, mate?
Look, I got in just the tip of Norton yesterday. Just the tip, as our friend would
Uni
say.
student was trying?
No. No, so it's been a great week. What would it be? Some hockey training, Sydney Thursday for work. So 6 a.m. flight there, 8:30 flight home.
Just for the day.
Just for the day. Yeah. I'd rather do it, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, why?
Mate, it's
Hotel?
absolutely knackered
Nah.
when you get home.
Yeah, absolutely ruined.
I'd rather the hotel.
And then Friday, so Friday, G had a field hockey.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was like 5 minutes towards the end. So this is, for listeners, 7-year-olds playing field hockey. It's not...
Like sheep stations.
No, they're actually getting all right now, but it's not super serious. Anyway, 5 minutes before the end of the game, the coach, which I'll use the term very loosely, it's just another parent that sort of minds them, and I do the coaching with this other lady that has played a substantial amount of hockey on Tuesdays. Anyway, 5 minutes before, and he starts talking to the ref. Mind you, the ref is a 10-year-old boy.
What?
Right? Starts like you can see the body language and you're just like, oh, God. Like he's sort of trying to like tell him basically how to ref. And I'm like, oh, this is not going to end well. Anyway, the ref's dad is there too. And then they start talking. Yeah. So you can tell they start talking and I'm just like, I'm like, this is not going to be good. Anyway, they finish and then the coach just like has this, it's almost like an army strut. You like imagine like Eastern Bloc, yeah, charging towards this 10-year-old kid and just starts grilling him, and I'm just like, oh God. Anyway, the ref's dad gets in there, and then another dad from the other team, and you just hear this, come over here and say that. I'm like, oh God. So I go over and
Dad
like,
Cash.
what? Like
Peacekeeper.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep the peace, exactly,
Yeah.
Switzerland.
Hockey stick over his shoulder.
And I'm like coming over, I'm like, whoa. And I spoke to our coach. I'm like, this is not okay. He turns on me.
Oh, no.
He's like, whoa. You are a stupid man.
Oh.
Says that to me. I'm like, mate.
I'm actually quite intelligent.
I'm like, you're acting. And then I was like, you know what? I'm like, you're acting like a child.
Yeah.
Just move. Just go away. This is not okay. And then we walked back, and then it turns out his daughter had ran to like where G was and where like Age was and stuff, and Rage, and it's like, and then he comes back over and gets in my face again. I'm like, stop. This is not okay. This behaviour is not okay. And then he like says to the guys like, don't touch my daughter. And I'm like, motherfucker, I will end like. Anyway, I was like so just like, who is it? I was in shock. So went down to East End Cellars afterwards and had a nice meal and had a bottle of wine. But like, I was in shock that can happen at.
This is why there's not enough.
School sports.
Yeah, school sport. And this is why there's not enough
Thank you.
umpiring and referee around, because they have to put up with that shit
Yeah.
from parents and coaches.
Yeah.
Like, he shouldn't be able to coach again.
No, and that I had to. I called the PE teacher on the like as soon as I got in the car, and he's like, like this.
No, go.
He's like, thank you for letting me know, but for Pete's sake, like, yeah. So, yeah, it was all like I was just in shock, to be honest. To go, how can a parent?
Oh, but you see it so often.
Yeah,
like
I was going to say, like, how much
hockey.
have you seen over the years?
And I've seen a runner from an opposition team knock out the goal umpire with a punch to the face. Like, and these are in games that scores don't even count.
Yeah. Like it's kids' field hockey.
It's like under 11s. Like, there's not even premiership points. Just blows my
Gloss
mind.
and Grain, have you seen anything like this before?
Well, not having kids, no, I'm not really a regular at the teams on the weekends, fortunately.
But
by
when
the
you were
sounds of it.
growing up, did you have anything like? I don't remember.
Yeah, too long ago.
Alex.
Yes.
What about you? Did you have anything like this?
We used to play rugby back in the day. No, I don't reckon it happened. I reckon that was 1927.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't have happened as much, man. It's more prevalent now.
Because people are
Like,
more
it's just-
entitled.
They think they are.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think that is the difference. Like, you'd get a knock, and that was part of the sport.
Yeah.
Get up, move on.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Toughen
"Fuck,
up.
Your kid smacked my kid.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's not. You can't say that the whole toughen up. Like move on. That's like the respect's gone. But anyway, that was my Friday, so I was very like, holy shit, this actually happens. Anyway,
not
and
even
then,
Switzerland could keep the peace.
yeah, I know, right? I thought I was being anyway.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, went out and did old El Chopperoo. It was a bit of fun, and then I thought someone's tubeless blew, and it was
And bike.
look, I hope he's okay, but
He is all right.
but
Messaged him yesterday.
but people, please take care of bunch etiquette. Just because you touch a wheel, just take a breath, relax. You
Well, wasn't
generally
he
don't
was
go
the-
over.
He was the last of the chain reaction.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it wasn't his fault.
Okay.
But he was the last to hit the wheel and then,
Was he on the right? I don't know.
yeah, right side.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty hectic. But all in all, it was a good ride. Got a good coffee.
Coffee was good, wasn't it?
Saw Matthew.
Saw a uni student.
It was great. Life's pretty good.
Ruby Rose Flamingo. Ruby Red.
Good
All
bit.
right, you two.
Alex.
You've been warned.
That's it. No, that's good. It's good. It was good banter. Good. And then today, went
And
out
Flavour Saver was there as well. Sturmy.
Oh, is that his nickname?
Yep.
Right, Keystone.
I know this. And then today, just did like a 12K hike around Black Hill, so it was cool. And mowed the lawn, did all that stuff, ready for this week. All good to go. Alex,
It's going to be really funny when I tell you what I've been doing. But an interesting week. I feel like I've done nothing and everything all at once.
yeah,
I was supposed to be on holidays for a few days, had to go to work, so that kind of got interrupted because I've got obviously a uni student and my sister.
you're John
with me now.
Stamos.
Sorry?
You're John Stamos now.
Yes.
Full house.
Full house.
Full
Yeah.
house. Yeah.
I got that one.
You old dudes.
Used to be the best TV show.
The house went from like complete zen to complete mayhem overnight.
Yes.
Cider came home, my sister came over, uni student came over, dogs are there. But I did manage 3 gym sessions, 2 echelons, lofty hike,
How good.
went to plunge, took the dogs to Black Hill
When?
yesterday.
Missed you by 24 hours.
Yep. I've decided that my dog Cooper, Schnauzer, is literally the Wang of Schnauzers, right? Because he's
Must be
always got to be like half a snout in front of the other dog.
Yeah.
He's barking at everything, even
Yep.
if it doesn't move.
Yeah.
And then he just speed shits out of nowhere and carries on. Like, so
Yeah.
he's literally the Wang of Schnauzers.
Yep. Gets all the DOMs on Black Hill as well.
Absolutely gets
Yeah.
the DOMs. Yeah. So yeah, Black Hill, and then I fixed Mo Diggity. So
He's working again.
He's working again. So I had a
Yep.
beer and watched him mow the lawn.
Mo Diggity, get the
So Mo Diggity is my robot mower, which I bought because I thought it would save me time. But I'm so intrigued that I watch him mow the lawn now with the beer, so I save no time. And then got out on the road today with uni student for a couple of hours, beach loop, and started the working week again.
Did he half wheel the whole way?
No, I don't know if he tried to like put in an effort to see how I was going, but I stayed there.
How do you,
Almost
I
had
didn't think
asthma
he'd be able
attack at the
to.
end of that. But
I didn't think he'd be able to ride on the flat on his climbing bike.
he was going all right.
Yeah, no, actually, he's lost a lot of weight.
He has.
He's looking fit.
Good. Yeah, he was looking fit yesterday. Nice little BMC.
Yeah.
Now, before we move on to your week,
Yes.
I'd like to ask Lawson Grain a couple of questions just to confirm a couple of things.
Okay.
Okay. Bike race. How many people do we need in the race to make it a race? Like a minimum.
3.
Okay.
Thank you.
What?
Correct answer.
I was going with this.
Oh, you clearly having a go at me.
He's feeling attacked already.
I'm ready.
Okay, you can tell me about your week.
Okay. What do you want to know?
What'd you do?
Because it wasn't a copy and paste week, so I'm intrigued.
A little bit. Still got in 22 hours and 811k. So decent. Monday to Thursday was just swift. Didn't get out on the road at all. Monday night had Nate's basketball back for a new season. So undefeated at the moment, which is good. Even scored a few points.
Who's your first game?
First game.
First game.
Nah, third game of the season. So it runs on the school terms. Are we 3 weeks back for school? About that?
I don't know.
3 or
All
4?
blends
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Then Friday, just a Zwift session in the morning and lunch, and then went out with the real chamoy, just an easy hop after work.
Easy hop with
It was actually pretty easier. Then yesterday, rode down to meet Chop after, and then did a bit of a coffee at Taylor Blend after that. What are you writing on my sheet?
Oh, because it says chop.
Ah, okay.
You just rode
Down Chop.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry, I was wrong. And I did coffee and then just did a Norton after that and back home. Pretty lazy. Yeah, didn't do nothing last night. So, and then today we had state titles. So state TT titles for both, well, everybody, Masters, Juniors, Elite. And I, for some stupid reason, entered both. So Masters and Elite, with the thought in my head that they would just let me, because Masters was 2 laps, Elite was 3 laps. And I thought, maybe they'll just let me do 3 laps and then just take my Masters time after the second lap. No. I had to do 2 races. So Masters was on first, 2 laps. My start time for that was 12:23. And then Elite is 3 laps. And my start time of that was 12:58. So it's a pretty short turnaround, I must say.
And you
Holy
changed
shit.
transponders as
Had to
well?
change transponders.
Oh, God.
So I had about 6 minutes in between the two races.
Did they at least change the schedule to allow you to be like first master and last elite?
No, so I was last master and then like middle of Elite. I did say to Jake, you've stitched me up here. Please put me last for Elite to give me a little bit more of a rest, but no. Anyway.
Did it matter?
No, it didn't matter.
Third?
Yeah, no. So there was 3 in Masters. Thank you, Alex.
3?
3, which makes a race.
Makes a race.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So won Masters by like 4 minutes 15.
Jeez.
Over an 18k. Poor guy who started in front of me, my minute man. I caught him in the first 4k. So that just
Was he on a
demoralised
TT
him.
bike?
Yeah, he was on a TT bike as well. Yeah, and then backed it up for the Masters, and I was regretting that decision
Backed
on
up
the
for the
first
Elite,
lap.
you mean?
Backed it up for Elite. I was regretting that decision on the first lap because a real lumpy course. I don't know if you know Chapel Hill Road. You know where the winery is?
In McLaren Vale.
Yeah, the Chapel Hill Winery.
At the winery.
The winery.
Yeah,
See D.R. Renberg.
Yeah.
so basically it's just 4k out, 4k back, and we did 3 laps, and real lumpy. So going out was pretty hard because it was more uphill and headwind, and then back. But yeah, one
numbers from some of the guys. You averaged 340 odd for 40 minutes almost.
I think it was about 350 for 40 in the Elite, and then 370 maybe for 25, or in the
Wang.
in Masters.
Well done, Matthew.
It was all right considering it's a fair bit of downhill. You're only doing 200 watts on the downhill.
Yeah.
So took the win in the Elite by a minute 15. But there's only 1 second between second and third.
Yeah, right.
TJ got off for second, and Russ. Tristan Jones.
Oh, yeah, cool.
James.
And Russ Van Hout got third, but there was only 1 second between
Where's
those
all
two.
the juniors? Where's everyone else?
Well, there was separate juniors and under 23.
What about in the middle? Like, where are the elites? Like, other than
No.
like Van Hout and TJ, would be old enough to do Masters as well.
They are. TJ was going to do Masters, but then looked at the turnaround time that Jake gave him, and I was like, "Oh, I'm just doing Elite." So, there was only like maybe 6 in Elite, maybe 6 or 7. So yeah, that's been my week, and I was going to ride home from McLaren Road, but I wouldn't have got here in time for the pod, so I rode halfway home to get in the 800 for the week. I did have to stop at the servo on North East Road because I was fucking cooked.
Hates a service.
Got a Mars bar, chocolate donut and a Coke, and that got me home. So, yeah. So that's my week. What about yourself, Gloss and Grain?
Well, this week actually a bit unusual. I've just come back from holidays.
Nice.
A non-cycling holiday for a change.
Yep.
So I was up in Northern Territory with my partner.
Yep.
And yeah, so as I said, no bikes. So I did a couple of runs and jumped on the ergo today because I realised Super Series is around the corner.
It's not far away.
Yes.
I've signed myself up for the Cat 2 team with Butterfields.
Nice.
Hell yes.
So yeah, not much of a week bike-wise, but...
And how's the Northern Territory holiday?
Yeah, amazing. So warm, so sunny.
Yep.
Bit humid for running, but yeah, just awesome. Like the national parks are beautiful, but unfortunately, yeah, a lot of the beautiful spots these days are quite busy with tourists. But yeah, so many caravans everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, just about 90% of the cars up there are caravans.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What was the weather over there currently?
It was about low 30s every day.
Yeah,
It's
right.
dry season over there at the moment, is it?
Dry,
So
yeah.
it comes wet season, comes like October-ish, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wiles.
So Kakadu and
Kakadu, yeah.
Uluru and all that.
Not
No,
as far
didn't get it.
south as Europe,
Okay.
just to Catherine,
Yep.
the Catherine Gorge,
Yep.
and Litchfield National Park, and spent some days in Darwin. So
Lovely.
Never been to Darwin. You've been to Darwin?
Yeah, done Darwin.
yeah, the museums there, like in terms of like the Darwin, the military museum,
Yeah.
the aviation museum,
Yeah.
and like Cyclone Tracy, like all that history there is sensational. It's
Oh, good.
really well done. Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
Don't so they've got a full dry zone between certain hours up there, sale of alcohol.
Yeah, I did know that. They had some of
And
those things.
the RAA base is up there. I went for one of the first mornings. And
Yeah.
there were literally about 10 of them taking off,
Oh,
and it just sounded like they were going off like 100 meters away. It was so close and it was so loud. It was
Yeah,
just
right.
incredible. Yeah.
that's cool. Should we get into the questions?
Yes.
Love it. All right.
Now remember, one by one.
By one.
Kashi, Wang, Alex.
Thank you. All right. Now, our guest, Lawson Grain, who is actually very instrumental in a number of aspects within SA cycling. But, you know, being our podcast, our big question is, though, Norton PB. Do you remember the day?
It is a while ago.
Summer's
And
Day.
I did look it up today, actually, just so that I could tell the story. And it was on a new kit day for our Butterfields team
Ooh.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was, we did the chop ride in the morning and then rode up Norton afterwards.
Yeah.
So I don't...
backed it up.
Yeah. But... Luckily, well, I don't know if luckily, but when I moved to Adelaide, I didn't use Strava. I didn't use Garmin. I was
Just raw dogged it.
raw dogged it, yeah.
Love it.
So I was a bit of a late adopter to the whole Garmin and Strava stuff. So I was still riding quite a bit then when I moved here. So I think, that's that time I know I could probably have done better, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And what was the time? 17. Is that correct? That is the time?
Yep.
17:44? Good moving.
I know, right?
All right. Now, our beloved Norton, as everyone knows, is situated in the Adelaide Hills, but you haven't always been a South Aussie. What were you up to prior to your move, and how did you end up deciding that this was a place for you?
Yeah, so like I said, I've been here 10 years.
Okay.
And prior to that, I'd been coming to Adelaide for the Tour Down Under since it pretty much started, over 20 years ago. So, and I just absolutely loved coming here to ride and race. And at the time, I was in Melbourne. I'd had retired from full-time cycling but was still working in cycling events and decided to come to Adelaide to work on the Tour Down Under. Yep. So I thought I'll just try it out for a month or so, see how it go. And anyway, the 1 month contract with Cycling SA at the time was to run the women's Tour Down Under. That was the first year they introduced the first road stage. Prior to that, it had been a Criterium series, which I won 3 times.
Just a little flex.
That's a freaking good flex, can I just say?
Yes. So yeah, that's. I don't know. I didn't notice that question on there, but yeah, that's probably one of my proudest cycling achievements. Yeah, winning that 3 years in a row.
How good was that? Do you know when? So that was just before it went to like a staged race.
Well, the first year they introduced the stage race was 2013.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yep.
So I won it 2005, 6, and 7.
How good.
Yeah.
Nice work.
So yeah. Anyway, that 1 month contract turned into ongoing, and I loved it, and yeah, wanted to stay, and still here.
How good.
Yeah.
Amazing. Have you always been a cyclist though?
No, I at school did every single sport you can think of. Was more into like swimming and water polo. Loved that. But then had a few ear issues, and surgery resulted in not being able to swim anymore. So I took up rowing. Did that in sort of the later part of school and into uni. And won a national title as under 19.
Nice.
In the women's 8. So that was, my biggest rowing achievement. I missed out on the under 23 Aussie team 2 years in a row, and then started getting shoulder problems. So after 3 shoulder surgeries, I got told to stop rowing.
Stop it.
But it was through rowing that we got into cycling. And my boyfriend at the time took me along to a couple of bike races and out training with him. Just loved it from the beginning. Won my first race and was hooked ever since.
How good.
Nice.
I love that. Now, sorry, that was my bad. I was actually just I was thinking about rowing. Like, is it sort of, if you're riding like in the is it a bit dominant onto one shoulder? Is that why you had surgery?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did the sweep rowing, which was so I rowed bow side.
Yeah.
So so my right arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's right. That is your right. Yeah. You always got this. No, that is not an L. Yeah.
This arm.
Yeah, that arm. Yes.
Yes, was my dominant arm.
Yeah,
And,
gotcha.
Yeah, so 2 shoulder reconstructions and arthroscopy. Yeah, but unfortunately, that was the end of the rowing career. But I think also mentally, I burnt out from having done it for 6 years and was determined to represent Australia, and missed out 2 years of opportunities. And actually, I gave away sport after that. And went backpacking overseas for 2 years in Europe.
How good.
And just lived the life as a young adult.
Backpacker.
How good.
At that age.
Rowing seems to be such a good stepping stone into cycling. Like, so many top rowers end up to be good cyclists as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think just that the ability to hurt, I think,
you're right,
is definitely a strength. Yeah.
And you know what? You can't be too hard on yourself, because I feel like rowing in Australia is kind of like cycling. Like, it's like, to make the Australian team, you could probably make about 20 other countries' teams before making an Australian team. So it's pretty awesome. All right, so you did mention before you're racing the Super Series. You are still in the mix with the youngsters in the SA scene, but then you actually get to provide some guidance and mentoring to some of the up and comers. Can you elaborate, and Bill? Sorry,
put on silent, please. Sean.
I know.
God.
Can you tell us a bit more about how you guide and mentor this younger generation?
Yeah. To be honest, cycling's just my life now. I can't imagine not riding a bike, and and it's given me so much in terms of development as a person, but the opportunities I've had to travel and to compete all around the world, and just the people that I've met along the way and have influenced my cycling career. And I just love the opportunity and the ability to now be that person for somebody else. So especially for the girls in SA and Adelaide. So we're just really lucky that we've got a really kind of good little community here of supportive women that have been through the sport in various different capacities. You know, they may not necessarily. You don't have to represent Australia to be a coach. I mean, you know, you just got to have that commitment and motivation, and I get the reward back from the girls getting out of their comfort zone and seeing that improvement and confidence growing is really satisfying.
That's super cool.
And we've quite a few of them of late too. Like you see them.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you should toot your own horn around how successful they are. It's great. It's actually great to see looking outside from like another team and just seeing the support. And I think ever since I've started riding, like you've always been a part of riding, so it's been super cool to see.
Cool.
So, yeah.
But the team's not just made up of South Australians. You've got some interstate girls in the NRS team as well.
Yeah. So picked up a couple of girls, from Melbourne, Brisbane, bit the eastern suburbs, I guess. And they're on their own. As much as we'd love to sort of support local, it's a really great influence having some external riders outside of Adelaide and the experience and maturity that they bring from their experiences, just to sort of, I guess, bring the Adelaide riders a bit out of their comfort zone to know that, the Chop and Wednesday Worlds is not just cycling. Like there's more to cycling than a couple of bunch rides.
Big park crit.
Yeah. Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, nothing else.
Is there going to be a women's pro velo league the same as the men's next year?
Oh, yes.
Exactly the same. Yep. Okay. And you guys will have a team in there, hopefully?
Yes, we are.
Yep.
So, pretty excited to get Sean Butterfield's support again to field a team and see what we can do with, we've had a few years as a development team, I guess you could say. So now we've had a few results on the podium this year at NRS. I think we've kind of stepped up in our competition, and I think girls actually next year we don't know with which teams are folding or which new teams are forming, but I think we've definitely got the ability there to be a strong team next year.
Yeah, and they follow the women's will be exactly the same structure as the men's, same amount of rounds.
Yep.
Awesome. Now, with your experience within the sport and some of the roles that you have played, which I believe included junior development coach and working with CSA, how do you see the direction of the sport in future? Does anything need to change? Or if you could change something, what would it be?
Yeah, so I spent 6 months just with the Talent ID program. And it was an interesting process of sort of seeing, these complete novices, teaching them, how to ride a bike pretty much. I've done a bit of track, but it was fairly track focused. I guess in that environment, it's the perfect place to sort of learn. But obviously, my experience is more road based. But I think it's a great program to, I guess, identify that talent. But I'm not sure. There's a lot of those riders, they'll do the 6 months and then you never see them again because I think there's this sort of tendency to be guided into, well, if you've got some talent, institutes sort of you get stuck in this sort of institute sort of
bubble.
Right.
Pathway or, but if you don't get those targets or reach those times, then you're not good enough. And then you just lose riders. They just think, that's not my sport, but they don't realise that there's actually a lot cycling can cater for more than just elite cyclists.
Yeah, more than just 4 minutes around 16 laps of a track. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
3 minutes 40.
Yeah, sorry.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I believe it's Alex's Kel.
But then to help change that, I mean, like we're lucky we've got clubs like Port Adelaide and Norwood that do sort of then help sort of provide those club training sessions to then still provide that structural coached environment to try and keep riders learning. And I think they need to sort of see. I think a lot of riders they get impatient if they don't master something within 1 week. They think, oh well, I'm a failure. And
Yeah.
cycling is such an endurance sport that it can take 2 years to really learn how to get a result. Not alone win the race, but just to show some improvement. And I think a lot of kids these days are a bit impatient.
Yes,
It becomes
they
a
are.
lifelong skill, not just in cycling, but learning to be patient and follow the process for an extended.
I was just
period of
talking
time.
about this very thing today, about learning, having my kids learn a physical skill and being proactive with that to actually get them to understand like what perseverance is and what patience is, because it just goes into their life. They don't think about it at that time, right? But makes so much difference. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I'd also love to see, I guess, more cyclists like myself that have sort of been through, an elite level, give back to the sport a bit,
Yeah.
Not give back.
You do give back. No, and to your point, I was just going to say your name, but to your point, like, I think there is that gap, right? Because you've just got track, and if like, they don't fit the mold and that's it. But then, like, cycling's so much bigger than that. Like, you've got like amazing road racing,
Chop.
mountain biking, chop Wednesday, Tuesday on in summer. No, but it's a massive gap, right? You think of how many cyclists could actually not even just make a living out of it, but just be able to enjoy it for what it is, right?
Oh, yeah, but our clubs are crying out for people to sort of help out and support, the grassroots level.
I do.
And, you don't, like I said before, you don't have to have been an elite cyclist to coach. It's just showing someone the basics and just giving them some support to sort of help feel engaged and like that, they can actually get something out of being there.
So, I know this is not a question. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
This classic catchy.
But no. But if someone wanted to do that, like, how would you do it? Just contact your local club?
Yeah, either the club or Cycling SA.
Yeah, cool.
They have a few like introductory courses.
Oh, cool.
You've got to do some accreditation.
Yeah, sweet.
Especially with coaching underage kids.
Yeah.
Certain things you have to sort of tick the box on, but
Yes.
but they're introductory kind of clinics, and if you know how to ride a bike, then
Yeah.
you can teach someone how to
You
ride.
can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Yeah, sweet. Okay, cool. I love that.
Yeah, but I think also cyclists have to be open to being coached as well. Like,
100%.
Absolutely.
Stop looking.
Sorry, listeners, Alex, and I think everyone just looked at Matthew. So.
How do we get more girls into racing? Today there was only 2 starters in the under-19 state title.
yeah.
Which is pretty disappointing, I would have thought.
I don't know. Was there a time trial bike category and a normal bike category? No. I don't know.
Well, not that I know of.
Yeah. I think
could do
buying a
that,
time
right?
trial bike probably puts people off doing it.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I don't do it. I don't have a time trial bike.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would have beat Wang today if I had a time trial bike.
Well, yeah, it's maybe they could do like next year, right? Is do like a Merc style category, all right, and just have
your bars on your
whatever,
radio.
like TT or a road bike, and then you have the, I hate to say the proper, TT race, but then maybe make it a bit more engaging, right? Yeah, just come bring your road bike, have a crack.
The next thing they'll have the bloody TT bikes back in the Tour of Furio.
Yeah,
It is. They are coming back, and then I'll be back there. I'll be back there.
That is because it's a massive expense for a bike that you're not going to use all the time unless you're Matthew.
So I train on it to get my money worth.
I do, not to pump your tyres up, but I do rate that. I do rate that you actually train on the TT bike.
Yeah. Obviously, and you touched on this just before, you've had some pretty awesome experiences so far. We've been provided with some information, which has been great. A plethora of individual career successes, Paralympics tandem pilot success, de-essing for world tour teams, and obviously playing your massive role within the Butterfields team. But what does come to mind if you think about the greatest life achievement or greatest day on the bike?
Definitely, yeah, the Tour Down Under racing.
3P. Let's go.
3P. And oh god, I've got so many. De-essing for my first time for Butterfields when it was the Santos Festival of Cycling. Was actually a really emotional. Like for me, I just found it so, like I said, so rewarding to sort of be in a position to still be able to be part of a massive event that I've been involved in so many different ways, like as a competitor, as an event organizer, as a DS and a volunteer, and all sorts of stuff like that. The Paralympics was, again, an amazing experience. I wouldn't exactly call it a success, but...
good experience.
Yes. And it came at the start of my cycling career. So, It was sort of a bit of an unusual kind of way into elite sport. But, definitely an amazing experience that, I definitely got a lot from and look back on with, great memories.
About life achievement.
I think making the move to Adelaide was probably a big move for me, just given, I don't have family that live here, and it was sort of came here.
Raw dogged it.
Came here with a bit of a goal and a dream to, and that it worked out as well as it did. I guess I'm pretty happy to have settled here and, got a house and a partner and 2 cats. And
how good.
Yeah.
I love that.
Question later.
So I have a massive appreciation for people that make the decision to do that, like, because my whole family is pretty much gone, and I just can't get my head around like packing my stuff and going somewhere, like, especially with no one else there.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah,
like now that I have no one else here because they've all gone, but like
I know. Yeah. I know what you mean. So you're here now. You're settled. You live in the dream. What bike are you riding now? You're getting prepped for the Super Series. Let's go.
One ergo today, taper.
Yeah. What bike are you currently riding? Group set. Talk us through it.
I am actually riding.
Yeah, you're winning, correct?
You are, yes.
Do you know? Sorry to butt in real quick. Ooh. There is a what is it? A trend, a good luck charm,
good luck charm
potty thing. You come on the podcast, you win the next race.
Right.
Yeah.
Hopefully the lot.
So, back to you winning on your bike. Let's go.
I was going to say I won my bike that I'm riding at the moment. Yeah, it was the frame that Focus gave away a couple of years ago at the Super Series.
How good.
Nice.
And, my partner built it up to 12-speed Ultegra.
Yep.
And it's very...
So it's Zalco Max?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
That's so good. Because you were on... How many years did you ride a Giant for? A long time?
About 6 years.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Go Wang.
Now,
come on.
Are you a breakfast eater before rides? If so, what's your go-to?
Now, at the moment, no, I'm not a breakfast eater.
Okay.
But
No, sure.
when I was riding more than 50 k's a week, I would eat breakfast. Yes,
Yep.
I'd have a bit of a Frankenstein meal of half muesli, like fruit muesli, and half like just right, because
Yep.
muesli on its own is too soggy and
Yeah.
Bit bland.
Yeah.
but then the crunchy stuff would never fill me up, so I just combined them.
Delicious. I love that.
Do you have a favourite, so like night before, big ride, pre-ride meal?
So before you did your 3-peat, what was your pre-ride meals?
Usually pasta. Nothing too fancy. Yeah.
Yep.
I love it. Now, Wang, you've got to ask this. This is your question.
Your question.
Come on.
We'll skip the order. Favourite cheap meal? Zinger burger, good or bad?
I don't mind a zinger burger.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, I'd probably, definitely choose the old chicken burger over a
Chicken burger.
I love that.
Clayton.
You tick in the boxes, Gloss and Grain. You got cats. You got Zinger Burger. I was going to say, you've also been doing a little bit of running lately. Are there any goals with the running?
The goal of running at the moment is
To just
Just
run.
to get to the end.
is to not end up like the size of a house. Because I can't get the motivation to ride 3 or 4 hours, every week on a weekend, or even getting up early before work is hard work at the moment. But I can fit in a half an hour run, then I feel like I've earned my meal for the day.
Yeah.
Earned your zinger.
I'm actually not. I'm enjoying the difference,
It's good.
hiking or going for a bit of a run.
Yeah.
The hike.
Yeah. It is cool, hey? Well, that's the thing I like about, I think, just growing up, to your point, around just growing up playing all the different sports. It's kind of like now, like I try and do as much as I can so I can be just as fit all round. Doesn't really help coming into Super Series, but it's nice to be able to like go on a 12K hike and then go bouldering and indoor rock climbing, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's so good.
You touched on this before. Dog or cat person?
Yeah. I hadn't actually had pets until I moved here to Adelaide, just because of cycling and travelling and stuff. So I never really had pets. But yeah, have 2 cats now, and gorgeous little boys.
2 boys, what are their names?
Who's like, let's go? This is like talking about a bike or power.
I've got Archie the Abyssinian and
Right.
Wilson's Russian Blue.
Oh, beautiful cat, the Russian blue, Alex.
I have no
Do
idea.
you know what colour they are?
Means. I'm going
They're
to
blue.
red because it's
No, they're
on.
blue. Excellent.
How good. How good.
All right. Thank you very much for going through that with us. Now, we've got some notable mentions around the summer this week. Firstly, I asked this question a couple of weeks ago, but Savage Sweet Potato has racked up 1,000 Norton reps. Last week, I think. Was it last week she did?
All in
Yep.
one go.
Yep, all in one go. So if anyone follows on
Do not
Strava,
get any ideas.
you would have noticed her doing a countdown. That's what it was all about. So, 1,000. So I reckon it should be, I think the first female definitely to do 1,000, but I don't know if there'd be too many males out there that would have racked up 1,000.
We might investigate that.
Yes.
This week.
If you have done 1,000, please slide into the DMs with photo evidence. Secondly, Olympics. Has everyone been
About
watching the Olympics?
Norton.
Huh?
Photo evidence about Norton.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, evidence about Norton. Olympics. How good will they be? Did you get up and watch the TP final?
No, I did not get up at
Disappointed.
2:30 in the morning to
Oh,
watch.
you only had to get up for 3 minutes 40 and then go back to sleep.
No,
I couldn't go back to sleep, actually. But, massive shout out.
Because you were crying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I actually was. Massive shout out to obviously Kel, Sam, Connor, Ollie, and obviously our main man, Deck the Balls, for winning that TP final. I don't know if anyone, for the people who watched it, it was one of the most amazing TP finals that I've seen. There was never more than a tenth of a second between.
I did watch the replay.
Between
That
the
was
two
amazing.
teams, and pretty sweet to beat the Poms, that's for sure, who have knocked
And
us
the
off.
world record.
The world
Yeah,
record in the
yeah.
semi-final,
It was
going
wild.
340. That speed, they're riding 127-inch gears in that semi-final.
What is that for the listeners that don't do
It's like a
that don't do track?
60-14. Yep. So, fucking massive. So, super proud of those guys. I did shed a few tears when I got up at 2 o'clock to watch it and didn't really go back to sleep after that.
I know we won't talk about it in detail, but this was the end of a very long journey for them, not just the 3 years, but also, you know, leading up to the games. I know that they had to deal with a lot of stuff, so big kudos to them, and glad that they were riding the same bikes.
The rule of 20. So last time we won was 2004.
I did see that.
The year before that, and the time before that was 84. So the rule of 20. Hopefully it's not another 20 years till we've got to wait for another one. And then, obviously shout out also to Richo, Matty Glaitzer and Hoff taking third in the men's team sprint. Once again, breaking a drought of the last 3 Olympics. I think were fourth places. So
didn't Richo break some record as well?
Richo broke the world record in the flying 200.
And then it got beaten.
A few seconds later.
A few seconds later.
By the Dutch guy. But he rode like a 9.4. No, it was 9.0 something. Almost broke 9 seconds. That's 80k an hour.
Yeah. It was like 79 point something, like so close to 80k's an hour.
Ridiculous. So
it was wild.
And been our most successful Olympics ever.
Yeah, I was actually
as a country
talking about that yesterday.
Number of medals.
Yeah.
Number of 18 gold,
I mean, no Russia. That's probably the elephant in the room, right? But they're still doing phenomenal.
Fuck Russia. That's why they're not in. That's why they're not in the Olympics.
I'm just saying.
And then if you take out all the Chinese dopers in the swimming, then we'll probably get a few more gold medals as well.
I think we've done amazing.
We did.
Swimming. Yeah,
we always do.
Shout
but
out.
a couple
And that girl got a diving 3 meter springboard. Yeah. Amazing. So many.
But the chick last night got second in the 1500. And I think
the skateboarding. Did you guys see that?
Yeah. How good.
Really
the 14-year-old girl.
Yeah,
youngest ever gold medalist for Australia.
Was it Keegan Palmer? He won the park stuff.
He won both. He got 2 golds.
Did he?
Yeah. Backed it up.
There you go.
Had a bet with his old man that if he won a gold medal, he'd buy him a Porsche GTS.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doing it hard over in San Diego. Yeah.
And I think the women's marathon is on now as we speak. So
actually, for the runners, our top, the top male he did all right, but it worked it out. It was like
in what event? In the 100?
No, in the Mara. So the
Mara.
42.
42Ks.
42Ks. They didn't have a per K pace, but I worked it out. So it was average minute. Oh my God!
Per minute.
Thank you. Average pace was 3 minutes and 6.
What?
Average for the 42.
42K.
And he did 2 hours and 10 minutes.
And he didn't win a medal.
No, but he was only say 5 minutes off the first. I can't remember what place exactly he did, but still average pace 3:06.
I couldn't do 1 kilometre at that pace.
I don't reckon I
The
could
world
either.
record is sub 2 hours, though, isn't it? Or that was like a
what's his name? Kabushi or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But yeah, for runners, that was wild. I was like, holy shit.
But there's conjunction to that world record because he was paced.
It was paced, but anyway, he still did it.
Still had to run.
He still had to run.
You behind the motorbike.
Yeah, I know.
He still did it.
I know.
They had that massive treadmill over in Europe, and you can run as fast. They had it set to that speed, and everyone's just like,
Get on and then
zipped off the back.
off the back.
it was so good.
All right, let's jump right into it. The main reason we exist. Let's see who's been spinning up the summit this week and check out the times for the folks who've been giving us a show. Might be the fast ones, might be the slow ones. It'll be everyone in between, but we will dive into their rides and data a little bit more robustly. And we'll see who has caught our eyes on the leaderboards for a hand pick. Gosson Grain, fastest man and woman of the week.
Hey, what do we got?
Okay, so that top.
Top one.
Yeah.
Man, yes.
Okay, and the time is
He did that one there. Yep.
13:02 was the real Chamois.
He's back.
He's back. I
back.
saw him yesterday.
He took a com today as part of the Norton.
Did he?
Up Norton, down Pound, maybe then Little Italy or something like that.
That's a whole segment.
Yeah.
Someone got bored.
Yeah.
How many watts did the real Chamois do today?
Is that average?
Average watts, yeah.
407.
Cracked the 400.
Back to 400.
It's probably a bit heavy at the moment. He's looking a bit fat.
Oh, did you hear that, real Chamois?
Jesus. Nothing like a bit of shaming on a podcast to induce body dysmorphia.
Exactly,
Hey? Yeah.
exactly. Because he doesn't look like a 12-year-old boy.
Average heart rate 162. That seems like pretty controlled to me. Not like smashing it.
Nick.
What about fastest woman?
And the fastest
Speak of the
woman
devil.
is our 1,000 timed timed up Norton Savage Sweet Potato with a time of 15:59 and average power of 244 and her average heart rate 169. So yeah,
Working.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Love it.
a couple of minutes off her PB though.
Yeah, PB's. Her PB's
Love
rapid.
it.
Stab.
I love it. Couple minutes. What do we got? I've got the males
men.
now. I just went with the fastest this week. That we had an RDO last week, so I thought we'd kick it off with the fastest of each category. So we have first up. We've got Testy Cool with a 13:24, a little bit off their PB. No heart rate. But we have an average of 376, if I can talk, average going up the summit. Second off the ranks, we've got Mr. Consistent.
He's back.
Again, he's back.
He was in Queensland on holidays there for a couple of weeks.
Just comes out and bangs out watts.
Bangs out watts. Average watts for a 1350 is 453 average watts.
Some holiday.
He must have
kilos.
put on some holiday gear.
I reckon the holiday kilos, because that is a ginormous
Yeah.
power.
It's like a Chris Harper 11 flat watty.
Yeah, I know, right? That's some watt bombs. So he's working hard for that. No heart rate, but I reckon he would have been heaving to get that just quietly. Next one up, we've got Mumbo number 105 with a 1351. I think he's just cruising there with a 1351. Still average 353 watts.
It would have been on supers yesterday.
Yeah, but it was yesterday. So
Is that his actual PB too?
oh, yeah.
Epic.
Yeah.
He was,
Faster
he
than
was
Wang.
quick.
So listeners, Mumbo number 105, his PB is 1134. So
Unreal.
he's quite a small human,
He is.
so can climb. New to the podcast, we've got last name Brown, first name Code with a
PB.
myself thinking. He did a PB, so I don't know previous, but a 1359 for a PB. So well done, well
Good,
done.
in the 14 bracket.
Yeah, that was his
Just.
title of his Strava. Finally in the
Was it?
13s. Yep.
I don't follow him on Strava, but he doesn't follow me because he used
Leave it.
He did block me on Strava there once a while ago.
You are a pest. It's fine.
I think I must have taken too many of his comms.
Yep. Massive amount of power for the 1359. 412 average
No,
watties.
not this guy. Get him off. He's an e-bike rider.
Who?
Really?
Yep.
Which one? The next one down?
Yep.
Okay, so Tassive Mitts
Yep.
with a 1419
E-bike.
e-bike. Really?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Controversy.
Wang, now, the first one of the podcast, bit of controversy. Can you do some in-depth analysis this week?
Oh, I flag all his rides.
Okay.
So
A feud going
And
on.
he
in the
wonders
background.
why he gets blocked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. So that's the men. No,
that's why there's no data there. Look at his heart rate. For
138.
14:19 at 138.
Look, don't shoot the messenger, mate.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Just remember that for next time, please, Sean.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
All right, so I'm doing the women's bracket.
Yes, you
Hopefully,
are.
there's no e-bikes in here. So we have with a time of 17:09, not too far off her PB, 16:08, average watties of 235, 153 beats per minute. We have Silly Sausage. Next, podcast favourite, Ruby Red Flamingo, has a PB. Uni students. 16:43 is a PB. She's rolled out a 17:30. That was yesterday.
Working,
After chop, holding how she was actually trying to hold our wheel up there.
No, I wasn't there.
No, you went home.
Yeah, I did.
Screensaver.
Sorry.
She's rolled out a 17:30, as I said, 230 watts. 171 beats per minute.
Oh, she was working.
She was. Then we have Hooligan. This was done today. Just cruising at a time of 17:54.
She was a bit lonely today. She said
She was lonely.
missing something.
Missing the beta. Yeah, he was down with me. So 13:22 is her BB. Yeah, 217 watts, 163 beats per minute. Then we have the fucking Pelican. Has a time.
I actually love that one.
She's been on before. Yeah. PB 17:01. She's rolled out a 20:33. No watties at 148 beats per minute. And then lastly, we have the lovely R2D2. She's got a time of 16:22. She's rolled out at 20:34. 184 beats per minute, 145 watties.
R2DI2.
Sorry, I haven't got my glasses on.
That's what I said. Or hearing aids.
Always hearing it.
Yeah, I didn't hear that either. Alex, you're doing the hand-picked.
Yes, we
What do you
have
got?
a new to the podcast. We have a time of 16:25, which equaled his
Equal PB.
297 watts, 170 beats per minute. We have Bank Robbie.
Bank Wobby?
Bank
Or-
Wobbie.
And that was after Chop. He was with us.
Yeah, I think he was wearing about 4,000 garments too.
Well, he's from Queensland,
Yeah.
so I'm
Yeah.
surprised that he's just like you.
Yeah,
it was a cold.
I actually did get a little bit yesterday.
But yeah, he's got a PB in him because we just cruised for the first to the switchback, and then we chucked the Yui and then
Yeah.
went back for
a
coffee,
tip,
and he
yeah.
kept going. Just a tip.
How good? How good?
Nice.
Wang, speaking of,
Wang's weather, brought to you by Bikey Wipes, but pretty lucky we don't have to use much of them at the moment with this lovely weather, and
No,
our bikes
it's
not
been
getting
amazing.
dirty.
yeah.
Pick for the week is Saturday. We're going to have some westerly, northwesterly winds on Saturday, so maybe after Chop, if you want to have a bit of a crack, see how we go for a PB.
From Crack next Saturday.
Yeah, a little crack next Saturday. PB, let's go. Gloss and Grain
After
can change your name.
Weather doesn't look too bad. So I think it's going to be wet after Tuesday onwards, but when Saturday looks all right. So yeah, westerly, northwesterly.
Cool.
Get amongst it.
Love it.
Sure.
Week ahead. Got a
What's
couple of
happening?
things, but this is not just this week, but just a couple of things just to bring listeners' attention to. We've got some good races. What we do have is on the 25th of August, we have the Bradbury KOMs, and that's by the Adelaide Hills Cycling Club. And it's part of their KOMs ×3 series. Nice.
This is the last of the series, I believe.
Race
Very
3.
good, very good. If you haven't raced Bradbury, it is a very fun one. If you can survive the pinches, there's a little bit of downhill in there.
Yeah, there
for
is.
the thick boys, it goes all right. On the same day, we do have part of the Adelaide Masters Cycle Club on the 25th again, of course. We have the Interclub Challenge Race. Now, that's the Southern Vales and the Masters Cycling Club. Do we know where that is by any chance?
Very good question.
That's okay.
It'll be on Entry Boss.
But yeah, really, if you are a Masters athlete, really get involved. They do, a lot of good things. There's a good little vibe there. And yeah, check out Entry Boss for more details on that one.
It's at Outer Harbour.
Cool. Maybe a little bit of a handicap. Yes. Next up on this Wednesday, the 14th, we have general track training at the Superdrome. And on Sunday, the 18th, we have the 2024 Oz Cycling BMX State Series Round 6 at the Cove down in Hallett Cove. Or last but not least, we
No,
have...
it's more over the page.
Holy, as my dad would say without swearing as a kid, holy snap and duck swaddle. Let's go. All right, on the 23rd, hang on, what have we got? 23rd is a Saturday, and the 24th, I know.
Friday the 23rd.
There's
and
many
Saturday, 24th.
sorry, the commas messed me up there. I was like, hang on. So on the weekend of the 20 starting
Of the
from
23rd.
yes, the 23rd of August, Friday and Saturday, Bike Melrose. They're doing
You should know
hours-
this because aren't you doing it,
I would like to with
Alex?
I'm out. You can do it with Benny.
Benny will do it, yeah. Second best cyclist in Wireless.
18
Third.
or 6 hours of Melrose, the 24th and 23rd of August. If you do have a mountain bike, get amongst it. It's a bit of fun up there. We've got a couple more for this week or the road ahead. On the 25th also of August, we've got the downhill series, the Fox Creek Long Inside Mount Bike Line are doing that on the 18th. So is that this Sunday?
Coming Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
this coming-
rescheduled it.
So this coming Sunday, sorry guys, it's not a Tuesday, but it is a Sunday, Norwood Winter Crits at Vic Park. So Sunday, check out Entry Boss. On the 28th, also, Jesus Christ, we got a lot of on the 28th.
Yeah.
We have South Coast Winter Wednesdays round 3, and I'm assuming that is a track meet.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Edwardstown, I assume, would it?
Yeah.
Yep.
And lastly, we have a PACC. We have a Thunder in Tanunda
Tanunda.
on the 1st of September. So if you want to get some racing legs in ahead of the Super Series, head out to Entry Boss and out to Tanunda. And there's some great prizes. Test the legs. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Alex.
So, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, and all creatures in between, we would love to thank our guest, Nicholas and Grain. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And if you listeners have enjoyed yourself, please give us a follow on your favourite podcast app or access all our episodes through YouTube as well. Please subscribe, hit the bell icon,
Ding.
and don't forget to tell all your friends and share it with everyone.
Now, we're all over the socials where we'll give you updates, info, and let you know when your episodes are out, along with other podcast news and information. And if you want to support the podcast, head to our Buy Me a Coffee page. If you donate, we'll give you a shout out on the podcast next week.
We'd love your feedback and to know your thoughts, so hit us up and let's have a chat through our Facebook or Instagram page, or shoot us through the ye old school email, RADelaide@gmail.com. And with that,
Why did Wang propose to me in an elevator?
Fucking hell, tell me.
He wanted to take our relationship to another level.
No.
See you
See you on the
Sunday
Sunday.
this week.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.